Izanagi is the ultimate cheat code for survival, allowing the user to erase any undesirable reality and replace it with an illusion. Fatal injuries, strategic mistakes, or even death itself can be undone as though they never happened. By temporarily converting reality into an illusion, Izanagi gives the user unparalleled control over their fate for a short duration. The technique requires the user to awaken their Sharingan to a higher level, but the cost is steep. Each use of Izanagi results in the permanent blindness of the Sharingan that activated it, making it a one-time ability per eye. Izanagi is also time-limited, so precise timing is critical to its success. This technique is forbidden because of its destabilizing effect on the balance of power in the shinobi world. In the wrong hands, Izanagi could be used for unchecked destruction or evasion of justice. Danzo Shimura, infamous for his abuse of Izanagi, implanted multiple Sharingan into his arm to extend its duration. During his battle with Sasuke Uchiha, Danzo repeatedly escaped death by sacrificing these stolen Sharingan. However, even with such a powerful technique, Danzo's over-reliance on Izanagi ultimately cost him his life. Izanami is Izanagi's counterbalance, designed to trap the user's opponents in a never-ending loop of their own actions until they accept their mistakes. Unlike Izanagi, which manipulates reality, Izanami manipulates perception. Once activated, the target relives the same series of events on repeat, unable to break free until they confront the truth about themselves. Izanami requires precise setup to function. The user must memorize a sequence of actions from the target and replicate them in battle. Once the loop begins, it is unbreakable unless the victim acknowledges and reconciles with their flaws. This dojutsu is forbidden due to its psychological cruelty. It can leave targets permanently trapped in their own minds, unable to escape their personal torment. Itachi Uchiha's use of Izanami against Kabuto is one of the most famous examples. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, Kabuto, consumed by his obsession with perfection, became trapped in an infinite loop. Izanami forced him to confront his own insecurities and accept his true self, breaking the cycle. Kotoamatsukami is one of the most subtle and dangerous genjutsu techniques in existence. Unlike traditional genjutsu, it doesn't trap the target in an illusion. Instead, it rewrites their thoughts and intentions so seamlessly that they believe the implanted idea was their own. This makes it nearly impossible to detect or resist. The ability requires an extremely powerful Mangekyou Sharingan, and its cooldown period is immense, sometimes years, due to the incredible chakra drain. Kotoamatsukami is forbidden because of its potential to erase free will on a massive scale. A user could control entire populations or manipulate governments without anyone realizing it. Shisui Uchiha was renowned for his mastery of this technique, using it to maintain peace within the Uchiha clan. However, his Sharingan was stolen by Danzo Shimura, who sought to use it for his own ambitions. Shisui entrusted his remaining eye to Itachi Uchiha, who later programmed it into a crow as a failsafe to protect Konoha. The eternal Mangekyou Sharingan eliminates the blindness caused by overuse of the Mangekyou Sharingan while significantly amplifying its abilities. To achieve EMS, an Uchiha must transplant the Mangekyou Sharingan of a close relative into their own sockets. This upgrade unlocks perfected versions of powerful techniques like Susanoo and Amaterasu, while also enhancing the user's chakra reserves and visual clarity. This dojutsu is forbidden because of the violence and betrayal often involved in obtaining it. The process of taking a sibling's eyes is steeped in ethical dilemmas and emotional consequences. Sasuke Uchiha achieved EMS after transplanting his brother Itachi's eyes, which gave him unmatched abilities without the risk of blindness. The blood-soaked history of the Uchiha clan is closely tied to the pursuit of EMS, making it a symbol of their ambition and tragedy. Oh, and by the way, if you're enjoying this video and want more content like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps us create more deep dives into the shinobi world. The Tenseigan is a dojutsu exclusive to those with Hyuga or Otsutsuki lineage, combining the Byakugan with Otsutsuki chakra. It grants divine abilities, including control over gravity, creation of massive energy blasts, and even manipulation of celestial bodies. The user's chakra is enhanced to godlike levels, enabling feats of destruction on a planetary scale. Achieving the Tenseigan requires genetic tampering, merging Byakugan from the Hyuga clan with Otsutsuki heritage. This process is extremely dangerous and unethical, and the energy generated by the Tenseigan can spiral out of control, threatening catastrophic destruction. Tonari Otsutsuki demonstrated the Tenseigan's potential during the last Naruto the movie, using its power to move the moon and nearly destroy Earth. The technique's apocalyptic capabilities make it one of the most feared forbidden dojutsu. The Byakugan seal release removes the caged bird seal placed on branch family members of the Hyuga clan. Once released, the Byakugan's potential is amplified, increasing its range, clarity, and versatility far beyond its usual limits. This technique is forbidden because it undermines the Hyuga clan's rigid hierarchy. The caged bird seal is a tool of control used to enforce loyalty and prevent the Byakugan from falling into enemy hands. Removing the seal defies centuries of tradition and puts the user at risk of punishment or exile. Neji Hyuga, though unable to achieve the seal release, rebelled against the Hyuga clan's oppressive system. His actions highlighted the untapped potential of this technique and the cost of the clan's rigid structure. The human path of the Rinnegan is one of the most brutal techniques in this legendary dojutsu's arsenal. It allows the user to extract a person's soul through direct physical contact. This act doesn't just kill the victim, it erases their very essence, leaving behind nothing but an empty shell. What makes the human path even more terrifying is its secondary effect. The user gains full access to the victim's memories, knowledge, and secrets. This makes it an unparalleled tool for interrogation, as every piece of information the victim possessed is transferred to the user. The extraction is instantaneous, and the soul dissipates, leaving no trace of the victim's existence. This technique is forbidden because of its sheer cruelty and violation of moral and ethical boundaries. The act of soul removal is considered a crime against nature, erasing not only life, but identity itself. Nagato, under the guise of pain, used the human path extensively during his reign as the leader of the Akatsuki. He employed it to interrogate enemies and enforce his iron rule, leaving behind a trail of soulless, lifeless bodies. The human path stands as a grim reminder of the darker side of the Rinnegan's power, embodying the ultimate domination over life and death. The Rena Sharingan is the progenitor of both the Sharingan and Rinnegan, combining their powers into one unparalleled dojutsu. Its most infamous and devastating ability is the infinite Tsukuyomi, a world-encompassing genjutsu that traps every living being in an eternal dream. By casting a blinding light through the moon, the user can subjugate the entire world, erasing free will and individuality on a global scale. Beyond the infinite Tsukuyomi, the Rena Sharingan grants immense visual prowess, allowing the user to perceive and manipulate chakra on an extraordinary level. It also provides abilities like dimensional travel, nature manipulation, and reality warping powers, making it a tool of both creation and destruction. The Rena Sharingan is forbidden due to its apocalyptic potential. The infinite Tsukuyomi doesn't just dominate, it annihilates. Under its influence, humanity becomes nothing more than a collection of mindless puppets, forever enslaved to the user's will. Both Kaguya Otsutsuki and Madara Uchiha wielded the Rena Sharingan during their attempts to reshape the world. Their actions revealed the dojutsu's catastrophic implications, threatening the destruction of individuality and freedom on an unimaginable scale. Kamui is a space-time manipulation ability unique to the Mangekyou Sharingan, granting its user control over an alternate dimension. The technique allows the user to transport objects, enemies, or even themselves into this dimension, effectively phasing through physical attacks or trapping opponents in a pocket reality. Kamui has two variations. The short-range Kamui, used by Obito Uchiha. This version lets the user phase parts of their body into the Kamui dimension, making them intangible and impervious to physical attacks. It also enables quick movement by partially teleporting their body. The long-range Kamui, Used by Kakashi Hatake through Obito's transplanted eye, this version allows the user to target distant objects or enemies and send them to the Kamui dimension with incredible precision. Kamui's power lies in its versatility. The short-range version offers near invulnerability in combat, while the long-range version serves as a deadly offensive weapon. However, the technique is forbidden because of its immense chakra consumption and the strain it places on the user's eyes, leading to rapid vision loss. Overuse of Kamui can cause blindness, a common risk for all Mangekyou Sharingan techniques. Obito's mastery of Kamui made him almost untouchable in battle, as he could phase through any attack or ambush his enemies with devastating precision. Despite its overwhelming power, Kamui is a double-edged sword, and its misuse can quickly drain a user's strength and vision. The Yugan is a mysterious dojutsu exclusive to Boruto Uzumaki, deeply connected to the dimensions and chakra pathways of the Otsutsuki clan. It allows the user to perceive and interact with chakra flows in unparalleled detail, including tracking hidden threats, identifying weak points, and seeing interdimensional rifts invisible to others. The Jugan's dimensional capabilities enable the user to detect and manipulate portals between worlds, granting a unique advantage in combat and exploration. Its full power remains largely unknown, but its connection to the Otsutsuki clan hints at an extraordinary potential that may rival or surpass other legendary dojutsu. Although the Jogan has not been officially classified as forbidden, its ability to disrupt the balance of power in the shinobi world raises concerns. Its dimensional manipulation and its potential to influence chakra networks on a massive scale make it a technique of immense strategic value and potentially devastating consequences. The full extent of its abilities remains a mystery, but the Jugan's ties to the Otsutsuki clan suggest it could one day earn the status of a forbidden dojutsu. Shin Uchiha's Mangekyou Sharingan introduces a disturbing ability: the control of objects and living clones marked with his chakra. Shin's clones, created through genetic engineering, share his DNA and function as extensions of his will. This makes him capable of commanding an entire army of obedient, near-perfect replicas of himself. In addition to clone control, Shin's Mangekyou Sharingan grants him advanced telekinesis over objects infused with his chakra. He can manipulate weapons with incredible precision, launching simultaneous attacks from multiple directions to overwhelm his opponents. This dojutsu is forbidden due to its ethical implications. The creation and control of clones blur the lines between individuality and subjugation, raising moral questions about the sanctity of life. Shin's experiments represent a dark chapter in the history of dojutsu manipulation, as his obsession with this power turned him into a symbol of unchecked scientific hubris. While not as destructive as some dojutsu, its ethical violations ensure its place among the most unsettling ocular abilities. The Keter Yugan, exclusive to the Chinoike clan, is a dojutsu that grants the user terrifying control over liquids, particularly blood. This ability allows the user to manipulate the iron content in blood to immobilize or kill opponents, weaponizing their own life force against them. The Keter Yugan also enhances genjutsu, enabling the user to create nearly unbreakable illusions that trap enemies in psychological torment. This dojutsu's strength lies in its versatility. The user can use blood manipulation for both offensive and defensive purposes, turning an opponent's body against them or creating barriers from liquid iron. Its genjutsu capabilities are equally lethal, allowing the user to confuse or incapacitate targets before striking. The Keter Yugan is forbidden due to its association with dark rituals and mass killings. The Chinoike clan used their dojutsu in gruesome assassinations and massacres, which earned them a reputation for cruelty and chaos. Their eventual exile to the Valley of Hell serves as a cautionary tale of how unchecked power can lead to destruction and downfall. Despite its incredible abilities, the Keter Yugan remains a symbol of fear and the consequences of wielding forbidden techniques. And that's it for our breakdown of the most forbidden and dangerous dojutsu in the shinobi world. Let us know in the comments which one you think is the most terrifying or overpowered. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss more deep dives into the world of anime.